The U.S. hates fat people. This is called tall and fat. Last one.
The fat phobia was baked into the construction.
If you haven't seen that video, go watch it first.
No.
So the first point I want to make is that we should not have a need for extenders in the first place.
That's the fucking goddamn truth. That's the truth. If you haven't seen on Instagram, my purple-haired character, yeah, you shouldn't need seatbelt extenders. And sometimes those seatbelt extenders apparently aren't extended enough. I agree we shouldn't have the need for seatbelt extenders. Although I don't think that's the direction you're taking this.
Should simply be long enough already.
That's what she said. Oh,
Because
it should just be long enough already, but some seatbelts are longer than others, my dear.
There is no problem with the seatbelt being long enough in the first place to accommodate for larger bodies. Because the worst thing that's going to happen is a smaller person is going to have a little extra fabric hanging around. Not a problem.
Circumcise it.
Then for an airline to make the claim that just because someone needs an extension on their seatbelt, that they are no longer capable of helping in an emergency.
That makes sense. If you're morbidly obese, I would say you're probably not capable in an emergency. I mean, you'll float. But yeah, would you feel safer with someone who was able to fit into a seat or someone who can barely move? If you need a seatbelt extender, chances are you're not going to be able to move quickly or you're going to be an actual hazard in an emergency. That's just a fucking fact. You're barely going to be able to save yourself, let alone other people, or move quickly or get through the aisle to get to the exit door to open it up because you can't fit through. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So wrong. You cannot make the assumption that just because someone is in a larger body that they are not strong and will not
Strength has nothing to do with it.
have a level head in the middle of an emergency.
It's about them not being able to move, like actually move, and probably be out of breath. And they're not in good shape. They're not going to have good cardiovascular capacity. Everyone thinks that. It's just common sense. It's exceptionally common sense. You just don't like the reality. You don't like the reality when it sits on your fucking face. You don't have to like it, sweetheart. You don't got to like it. It's okay. This is where we have to have this conversation. Like, you don't have to like things. That's the amazing thing about this world, is that it's irrelevant if your feelings are sensitive or affected. You don't have to like it. Doesn't make it untrue. I think everyone would feel better that someone can actually move and function. Okay.
That assumption is fat phobic. Follow me for more anti-fat phobia.
Jesus Christ. That assumption is fat phobic. It's not fat phobic. It's just logic and common sense, of which you're missing. My God, are you a vegan too? Your hair looks horrendous. And that's just, that's a fact too. Sorry about your feelings. It's okay. It's all right.
Matt Damon make me happy.
Yo, and this is the thing. Like, you don't have to, it doesn't have to make you feel good, right? It doesn't have to make you feel good. Yo, we have it so easy in our lives. I'm not saying my life is brutal. I'm not working in a fucking coal mine. Okay. I work hard, but it's relative. Like, I'm not doing physical labor in a fucking coal mine. My life could be a hot fucking mess. I could be in the middle of the desert in fucking Africa with having no fucking water, and no electricity. We have it too easy. I mean, you have TikTok complaining online. Like, you have people that are just sitting there on their phones, on Twitter, on TikTok, on Instagram, just whining and bitching and moaning. Life is not easy. It's supposed to be fucking dire. No food. You have to go find it. No water. And well, water's everywhere. Yo, you go out in nature and find drinkable water. Do it. Do it. Go out in nature and find yourself some drinkable water. Let me know how that goes for you. Yeah. You see that stream over there? Oh, go have fun drinking that. You know how sick you're going to fucking get just drinking out of an average stream? All sorts of just like fecal matter and just bacteria. You can't, it's hard to find drinkable water. It is hard, drinkable water, food. Man, it's not easy. It's not easy. Predators, just exposure. You know, when you're constantly at 73 degrees or 75 degrees, when you're constantly at look, we have it so easy. We have a name for it's called room temperature. It's called room temperature. Room temperature. Because we have a set temperature where all the rooms are at. So you have the same temperature in your house. You get in your car, same temperature. You get to a store, same temperature. You get to work, same temperature. You get home, same temperature. You're always your body's never stressed. Your body's never stressed. You're looking for problems. You're looking for problems that don't exist. You have so much just excess at your fingertips. You have no real challenge. You have no real stress. You don't have to worry that there's a lion outside. You don't have to worry that there's a fucking wild boar that's going to skewer you when you step out the front fucking door. You don't have a fucking mountain lion. Most people don't. Some people do. You don't have a mountain lion that's just going to fucking drag you off into the bushes just because you decide to go get your mail. We just do everything without the fear of imminent death because we're protected. We've created a society. We've been very successful with it. Very successful with it. Okay. But it's important to recognize that. That's what gratitude is all about. That's what perspective is all about. That's what education is all about. But when you're stupid and you're not getting educated, you're getting brainwashed in school and you're getting brainwashed in the media, being taught that everyone is evil and you're the virtuous one because you're a fucking pathetic victim loser. It's like, okay, change your hashtag and just complain, bitch and moan, cry. No one loves me. You're right. No one fucking loves you. You know why? Because you're annoying and you're an idiot and you just complain about stupid shit. That's why it's a vicious cycle. So then they complain more. It's awful. It's awful. And the media and social media and all these different platforms give attention to these fucking people. And guess what happens? They're going to keep on complaining. They keep on complaining. That's why when you have this woke bullshit with corporations and they give an inch, they keep on taking more, because if you give them attention, it's like a child. If they throw a tantrum and you feed into it, guess what they're going to do? They're going to throw another fucking tantrum. So ignore it. Tell them to fuck all the way off. You're not eating tonight. You'll eat tomorrow. Nah, guess what? Guess what? They're not going to do it anymore. They'll learn. Train them like a dog. All right? You give them attention. You give them attention. They're going to keep on doing the same things in order to get more attention. And maybe they weren't hugged enough as a child. It's all right. It's not your responsibility to fix it. So they're going to complain. They're going to change their hashtag. They're going to complain about whatever fucking thing possible in order to get people to like their post, to share their post, to give them a little bit of, give them a couple shares, a couple positive comments on their feed and shit like that. So just ignore it. Ignore it. Stop feeding into the bullshit. They're liars. They're grifters. And they just don't really have anything to contribute. They've been, they've been misled. They've been brainwashed. And it's all right. Natural selection will weed this shit out. Natural selection exists.